types of meat, veal, beef, and pork. I'm going to do the best I can to try to explain this to you because you can't see me, but it's very simple. I made this on the Jimmy Kimmel show. I don't know if anybody saw that. You got your beef, you got your pork. My hands are clean. My hands are clean.
It's alright, you're going to cook it off anyway.
Veal, beef, and pork. I got 1 pound of each. Probably going to make about 40, 50 meatballs. Now there's people out there, they use milk, I use water. Some people out there use breadcrumb. I use breadcrumb and Italian bread left over from the day before. Because you want it to get stale, a little hard because you're going to soak it in water. So I'm taking it in that paper towel if you have. So what we did is we took a loaf of Italian bread for this 1 pound of each meat. Day old, so it's a little stale. Room temperature water, not cold water, room temperature. You just want to do this and you want to soak it. What this does is stretches the value of the meat out, but it also keeps it soft. You ever get a meatball, you cut that excuse me. You cut that meatball because it's real hard, and you're like this, how do I do this? It's because it's just all meat. You got to put something into it to make it softer. That's the breadcrumb, and that's the Italian bread. When I was growing up in South Philly, we ate, my mother made a pot of gravy and fried meatballs every Sunday. If I was out drinking on a Saturday night, we didn't need an alarm clock because that smell of the meatballs that were frying, forget about it, woke you right up. And my mother made 3 dozen of meatballs. By the time dinner came, there was a half a dozen left instead of popping them whole. So all I'm doing is making the bread soft. Any little bit of water left, I'll get rid of it. You got your meat. I'm going to season regular kosher salt,
like you just sliced up a loaf.
black pepper, garlic powder, not fresh garlic. I don't understand. I go to these people that got meatballs. Who's got oregano in it? Who's got chunks of garlic in it? Just taste my meatball. You tell me if it's worth it. This is simple. Garlic powder, salt, and pepper. Now you want to mix this really, really well. Now you want to get some eggs. I'm going to use 4 eggs for 3 pounds of meat.
4 eggs.
Should be recorded.
Well, it's amazing. I never went to school, never studied, never went to culinary school. My mother, my grandmother taught me. And if this ain't the greatest food in the world, I'm teaching, I'm showing you people how to cook. Look at me, that's amazing. My point is, that shit can happen for me, can happen for anybody. My cousin, this is my head chef at Martorano, Chef Dave. I call him Big Country. Big Country. Big Country. When I want to roast a pig, I go to Big Country. When I want breakfast, bacon, eggs, I go to Big Country.
That's Big Country right there.
Okay, listen, so we're going to get the eggs, the ground meat, we're going to incorporate, we're going to squeeze it all together. Stop throwing the meatballs, they ain't going to watch you.
Hey, right. One more.
I got grated cheese, Parmigiano Reggiano, or Locatelli, which is Pecorino Romano. It's a Sicilian cheese, it's a little salty. I don't use Parmesan, I use straight across Locatelli cheese. Because I keep talking, you keep shaking your head, that means I must know what I'm talking about. I'm going to use 3 handfuls. I got small hands. 3 handfuls. Listen. Here's the deal. See my book? It's an autobiography with recipes. I don't give you the paint by number. You're not going to read my thing, half a teaspoon of this, 1/4 cup of that. When my mother cooked, or my grandmother, I say, oh, Mom, but what you put in it? A little bit of this, a little bit of that. The idea is just do it. If it's too salty, throw it out. Then you do it again. And you do it, every time you do it, you'll get better. Just like I did. It's not about painting by numbers. Because Can I get some of that bread? Does everybody understand? Real beef pork, salt, pepper, garlic powder, grated cheese,
Loaf of bread.
loaf of bread,
Soaked in room temperature water.
soaking it. Now look, if you took this just like this and you
I'm gonna
rolled
come back
it,
tomorrow and see if
it's like mush. So now we gotta bind it. So I'm gonna put some breadcrumb, Italian breadcrumb. You can use Progresso breadcrumb in the blue can. My mother used that. It's great.
I always do the Italian.
You got one, you got two, and you got 3 handfuls of breadcrumb. Now there's 2 kinds of parsley, right? You got American parsley that isn't good for nothing but decoration, and you got Italian parsley. That's what we're going to use. That's why these Italian ladies, their arms are so big, cause this is what they used to do all day long. Some fresh parsley, you want to do about 2 handfuls. You're going to mix it all together. Guys, give me a little more breadcrumb. Again, listen, the weather's got something to do with the food, the moisture of the meat. You just gotta feel it. When you feel it, you'll know it's right. Yeah, really nice. It's good. Now, can you bake this in the oven? Can you put the meatball right in the tomato sauce? Before I go further, listen. Tomato sauce is tomato sauce. What makes my meatball better? Well, I think better than anybody else's in the restaurant business. It's because we put it in gravy. Does anybody know what gravy is? Like, you know what that is? Because I fight with people all the time. Like, what are you talking about gravy? Meat gravy, turkey gravy? I'm talking about gravy. Gravy to Italians in South Philly, it has meat. You have pork, you have veal, you got brajol, you got pig's feet, you got pig skin. Whatever it takes, that becomes gravy. If I took this meatball and put it in Martorano sauce, which is just tomato, basil, onion, and garlic, it tastes like shit. So you gotta put it in gravy. You gotta make that, what is it, cuz? You gotta put it in gravy. And that's gonna make it, that's what you're gonna taste today. Not just the meatball, but the gravy. There might be a pig's feet or 2 in there if you grab it.
Yep, it was.
And we're gonna roll. You're gonna make a ball. If I had a little cold water, I would put my hand in the cold water and it would turn a little better. I don't know about the stove though, cuz if it's hot. The stove's not really getting hot. Maybe next year we'll up it a little bit more with a gas stove, be nice. But anyway, vegetable oil, roll your meatball, sit it in, 4 to 5 minutes, let it get brown, turn it, 4 to 5 minutes. When it's done, put it on the counter, make your gravy, beef, pork, spare ribs, sausage, brajol, put your sister's ass in there. Whatever's gonna make it taste better, right? Do that, and I promise you the best meatball you'll ever have in the world. Did you learn anything or no?
Yeah.
I think that's it. Are we good? Guys, anybody here to help me? Are we good? Okay, we're good.
Everything love you though,